Hello, hello, hello. We're going live. There was no announcement. If you're joining me tonight, fantastic. If not, that's fine too. But lots going on. Thank you everybody for joining me. A lot of things going on. A lot of things been happening. So I figured I would take the opportunity to expand. I got to get different glasses here so I can read. Hold on a second. I'm gonna rinse these, wash these off. Stefani Jane, hello. Sister H. Nice, Ray, Humble, Dennis, Phantom, Troy. Hello, everybody. Those we're populating the viewership. Let me just say hello to everybody. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I figured I would do one. Tell you what I've been up to. Had a great weekend in Las Vegas. We were, I was. Tressa wasn't able to join me on this one. So I was solo on this one. I sat with cheap flights. I was in the back of the plane and middle seats almost every single flight. Middle seat, every single flight. At least I've lost weight, so the middle seat's not as bad as it used to be. There's nothing more. I gotta be honest with you. When you're a big guy, I was almost 300 pounds at one point in time, and getting on a plane was horrible. If you could get like a window seat, it's not as bad. But you're a fat dude and you're in the middle, it sucks because you know you're spilling out over everybody. But at least I don't have that. I don't have that concern. But I always worry about people larger because I've been there and I know what that's like. I mean, it's difficult enough just being a normal sized person in the middle seat, but anyway, I digress. Um, it was kind of funny. The first flight, I've started bringing water bottles with me. I got this copper water bottles, and what you do is you take it through security empty, and then you fill them up before you get on the plane. Because most of the water they have on the plane is usually Dasani uh, or Aquafina, which is, I'll be honest with you, they make me cough. I don't like the Dasani water or the Aquafina. It makes me not good for me. I feel weird when I drink that stuff. But the and I don't know if the airport water is any better, but it seems to be. I seem to like the water from the faucet, little bottle thing. You know, when you go and fill it up at the airport, and it tells you, "Congratulations, you saved 4 plastic bottles from populating the earth." Makes you feel better about yourself. So anyway, I just don't want to spend $18 on a bottle of water. You know what I mean? That's my deal. So anyway, I get on a plane, and I have my water bottle on the. Um, I was actually on the outside aisle seat on this flight. I did manage the first plane I was on. It was on the aisle seat. Anyway, I left my water bottle in the little pouch there. You know, in the seat in front of you, you got the little pouch. I left my water bottle in there. And so getting off the plane as I'm walking, I was way back. I mean, there's like 2 seats behind me. That's it. I mean, we're very back of the plane. This was a very cheap flight for me. So as I'm leaving, right, I hear somebody scream out, yell, "Hey, Rodney." Now, I don't know if you've been in a situation where you do not expect anyone to know who you are. Ah, hold on, I got another one. I'm sneezing again. Hang in there. Okay, there we go. I think I survived it. Okay, so I hear this thing is dude calls it, "Hey, Rodney." And I stop and I'm going, nobody should know my name. Why do they know my name? And then I turn around and the dude is like, you forgot your water bottle. And then he goes, oh, I like your videos. And turned out he was, I had saw him earlier before we got on the plane. He was doing this thing where he was holding his phone up. He'd stare at his phone, then he'd stare at me, and then hold his phone, and then look at me. And so I'm like, okay, I'm he knows, wow, he knows who I am. So, but anyway, it's pretty cool. He recognized me. And so we chatted, got off the plane, took a picture. It was fun. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And then, uh, got to Las Vegas. Gal from the club came pick me up, dropped me off at the little apartment near the club that they have. I didn't have to drive anywhere. I was just there doing the show, and it was thunder and lightning anyway. The whole all day Friday, there was flooding going on. I wasn't even sure if we were going to do the show because I was getting warnings telling everybody if you don't have unless your life's in danger, don't leave, don't go anywhere. And so I'm like, I don't think people are going to risk their lives to come see me. I don't think they should, but they did. We had a good turnout. While the flood warnings were done by about an hour before the show, so people showed up. We had a great time. Um, had a wonderful time. Had a wonderful Friday night. Great show. Good turnout. Probably the best Friday night turnout I've had at that club. Well, this was the best turnout for at Wise Guys Las Vegas that I've ever had. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And the comics were great. The people at the club are just fantastic. I had a great time. Had fun. And then Saturday, I had the whole day to not go anywhere and do nothing. I just chilled out and relaxed. It was very nice. It rained and thundered some more, but it was pretty much cleared up by the show time, and we had a great time. I walked to the club, did my show, and had a great time. So, great stuff. Coming up this week, we've got this fun run that we're doing in Indiana this week. So if you're in Nashville, Indiana, I didn't know there was a Nashville, Indiana, but they booked me, and I'm like, I have no idea where Nashville. In fact, I still don't know where it is. I need to look it up on a map. But anyway, we're doing a show in Nashville, Indiana, the Brown County Playhouse, and it's going to be fun. That's on Friday night. Then Saturday, now this is going to be fun. We're going to be in Warsaw, Indiana on Saturday. We're going to be there all day. And you're saying, what are you doing all day? We're floating. They are having an event. A good friend, Aaron, has put together this thing for ALS awareness. They're doing hopefully, we're going to break a record for the longest continuous group of people in floaties. You know, a big inner tube or just something that floats. You get on it, and then you hold on to someone else, and then we're going to have a big chain of us on this lake, and we're going to try to break a world record. And we're doing that on Saturday. And then afterwards, later in the evening, we're doing a show. We're doing a comedy show with myself, two other comics, and a musical act that night. And so if you're in Warsaw, Indiana, or nearby, come on over and hang out. So it'll be fun. And then we're going to be in Michigan on Sunday night at the Park Theater in, was it? I'll have to look it up. Anyway, if you're in Michigan, I'm at the Park Theater. I forget the name. Begins with an H. Anyway, okay. An answer to your questions. Canada, yes. I've got to get my. Pardon me, my dogs. my dogs like to be wherever I am, and so they try to barge in on me. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so we did that. It was that we got that coming up this weekend. So Warsaw, Indiana, Nashville, Indiana, and someplace in Michigan. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. Eventually, I will come to Canada. Yes. Mindy is going to be there on Friday. Awesome. Yes, I'll be returning to Florida. In fact, I'm talking to 2 different places, trying to set up a little run in Florida, probably in January. So you can look forward to that. I'm in talks with to do shows in Montana coming up soon. It's probably going to be during the week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights in somewhere in Montana. I don't know the exact locations yet, but that's coming up. So that's going to be fun. But while you're all here, I want to address something. I did post the idea that I have. Oh, here, let me take this off. I had this idea. I came up with this idea years ago, and the trick we were going to do, the show we were going to do, is we would take a group of comics that would go someplace that had a recent kerfuffle, right? Or find somebody who was in need, right? Either a family who's on a hard time, or somebody who's having a hard time coming with medical bills, or just whatever. And we would go to their hometown, and we would hang out for the week and do shows to cheer people up, and then at the end of the week have a big show and raise money and give all the money, everything that we make, we give it to the person in need or the charity or whatever it is. That was my TV show idea, and it was going to be like a competition of sorts. The original concept was you would have 2 groups of comics starting on opposite ends of the country, and they would have to go into a town like on a Monday morning, and they have to put the show together for that weekend, right? For that Saturday night, or possibly Friday and Saturday if they can do it. But they go in, they find a charity to raise money for. They have to find a location, and then they have to promote the show and sell tickets for that weekend. So as a comic, you have to go in, not only have to be funny, but you also have to learn the business of how to promote a show. That's the idea. So you're doing it for a good cause. You're going around, you're meeting people, you're drumming up business about for the show, and then of course you're learning about the town and doing jokes about the town on that weekend. So you'd have these 2 opposing groups. One coming from one end of the country, the other coming from the other country. Start off with 10 comics each, and then as you go down, what happens is that the group that makes the most money wins that week, so nobody gets voted off. But the team that loses, that makes the least amount of money that week, they have basically you vote off somebody off the show, and then you would go whittle it down to where it's just 2 comics. They meet somewhere in the middle of the country, like Kansas City or something. They do a show competing, and that was the original idea. But over years, I thought maybe it would be best just to do kind of an ongoing series where you go into a town and cheer it up and bring attention to whatever. That was the idea. I had pitched it many times. Nobody ever took it up. I just dropped it. And there's been sort of variations, that kind of thing that others have done. But that was my idea for the show. Well, anyway, what's happened is with Maui, with what's happened in Maui, and then of course also in Florida, I had this. I thought, hey, I can revamp my idea, right? Revamp this whole thing, and just do it so that we go in. We have different comics every week, so you have like maybe 2 or 3 regular comics there all the time, and then others that are kind of floating in and out. The idea is you go someplace like Florida, go down and volunteer and help. We have no, and people had, look, here's the problem. You put an idea out there and people just start crapping on it. Like, I don't know what people think. I don't know what people think. We're just going to go in there and start making fun of people who are having a hard time. I don't know what kind of a monster you think you are, that you think that's what we're going to do. But I had people in the comment section like, "That's a horrible idea. How dare you?" I was like, what are you talking about? We're not going to go down there and start mocking people because their house is destroyed. What is wrong with you people? Why would you think we would even think about doing that? You're an idiot for thinking that way. We're going to go down and help. We're going to cheer them up. Not, you give us some space, you give us some time. I'm going to figure out, but there's still plenty to do, weeks afterwards. But the idea is to go down and help cheer them up. In fact, I got contacted by a gentleman who's currently fighting wildfire in Texas. And I'm going to mention who he is, but he's fighting wildfires in Texas right now. He's doing it, and he liked the idea that we could come and do shows for the people who are fighting fires, because they're in a really difficult, stressful situation. And when they get some time off to relax and chill out before they go back and put their lives on the line again, it'd be nice to have, be able to come back and kind of chill out a little bit. Maybe we could show up and do shows for them. I like the idea. Like I said, comedy is a superpower of some sort, and I want to use it for good, whether it's bringing awareness or raising money or just helping people out, making them feel better about themselves and life in general. That's what I'm all about. So, and I've been reached out to by not only comics, several comics who are interested, but also musical acts and magicians, all kinds of people who want to be involved in this thing. So it looks like it's probably going to happen. Still, I'm talking with people tomorrow, and we're going to see what we can start pulling together. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. It's just about just bringing some joy to people who need some joy. I have experience. I was a carpenter before I started doing all this. I've built houses, I've done foundations, I've done masonry work, roofing, siding, basic electrical, plumbing, cabinetry, finished carpentry. I've done all that stuff. Long enough to know that it's not what I wanted to do with my life, but I have done it, and I enjoy doing it from time to time. So we'll be going back and doing, just helping out. That's it. We're not going there to mock people, ridicule anybody. We're there to help out. We're there to relieve. We're not there to distract. We're not there to say, "Hey, look at us." We're there to say, "Hey, look at this." It's not, "Hey, look at me. Look at how awesome I am." I don't need that in my life. What I want to do is say, "Hey, look at these people. Look what they're going through. They need help. Here's how you can help." Because a lot of these organizations, especially like you see with Maui, they come out and say, "Hey, send all this money to help people in Maui." And then you send the money, and for every dollar that you donate, maybe half a cent actually gets to anybody in need. The rest of the money is going to paying for lavish parties in LA and paying six-figure paydays for the people, for the administration. It's a lot of these charitable organizations are scams. To be honest with you, they're going. They'll raise $20 million for some cause, and then maybe spend 4,000 actually helping anybody. The rest of it's going to more efforts to raise more money and to pay everybody who works there. It's really disgusting what it goes on in the United States for charities. I would garner that there's a fair amount of the charities in the United States are scams. They're just money making projects. And sure enough, all the big names come out for it because they're getting a cut, and it's rather disgusting. And so if you're out there and you want to donate to Maui, find organizations that are actually getting the money to the people. Look, because you can look up whatever organization you're going to. They have to report their their numbers. They have to tell you who they are, what they are, and what they're doing with their money. And most of them are just really well established businesses that are just sucking all the money for themselves. So please be careful who you're donating to. Just know that just do some basic research. Figure out who you're going to send the money to. You know what I would do? I've thought of this. Just contacting somebody directly in Maui that was affected, and just say, hey, instead of giving $100 to an organization that might filter down 2 cents of it to maybe somebody in Maui, I'll just give my $100 to you, because they could use it. So if you're, they've been doing this forever. I remember giving money to Haiti when they were having all that, and then I find out that what was it, of the millions that reached there, almost none of it actually went to helping anybody in Haiti. They paid for parties and weddings and bought all kinds of fancy stuff, but none of it actually went to benefiting anybody in Haiti. It was disgusting. And I'm afraid that that's what's happening with Maui, is that they'll raise millions and millions of dollars, and then it will just go to people who really don't deserve the money. It's depressing. But anyway, so what I want to do is create an organization that we find people with every dollar. What I like to do is create a thing where, and this is tricky because you're still going to have expenses to go there. So you got to cover the expenses of being there. Just in the comics, most of the comics aren't going to have money, so you want to be able to take care of them. But really, where almost all the money made at the shows and stuff goes to the people that you're doing the show for, and then to find other ways to take care of the crew and the cast, if you know what I mean. So we need visitors. Celia Roberts, where you at? Are you in Hawaii? So here I believe she is in Maui. I believe. Are you in Maui? Celia Roberts. Yep. 12-year Lahaina resident. All right, Celia. Okay, so now did you lose your home, Celia? Were you part of those that lost their home? That's my question. Because I would love to go to Hawaii. I love Hawaii. I spent. Okay, you did not lose your home. Okay, well, that's awesome that you didn't lose your home. Live on East Maui. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm so happy that you weren't affected. But I assume that you know people who were. That's what I would like to do. All my friends in Ohana live there. Oh, okay. So you have lots of family and friends who were there. And see, this is the kind of thing I would like to find people who are in direct need and find out what their needs are and help raise money for them, not for these organizations that are just professional, basically money launderers. Um, and yeah, and you don't have to just give to Maui. This, I think, Jolene here makes a decent point. If you got people around you, if you're not in Maui, you're like, how do I help? If you got people around you who need help, help them. You don't have to. You don't have to do what just you don't have to just do what everybody else is doing. I mean, if you can, you want to help. That's awesome. But if you've got people, um, but if you know people directly who are in your life who need help, reach out. If you want to give yourself purpose, go help other people. Go look for people who need help. You know people in your life who could use some help. So, who you're outside of the shtick is awesome. Thank you thank you. I still get people who get mad at me when they find out it's a character or it's a shtick, as we like to call it in the business. Um, and I'm okay with it. If you're mad at me, if you don't get it, that's I okay. I just when people here's my secret. If you're out there and you're creating things and you're getting negative comments, don't fight with them. Just block them. That way I'm doing them a favor. They never have to see my stuff ever again. That's what I do. I just block these people when they say negative things. I block them. They never have to worry about seeing my stuff ever again. It's just if you know somebody and you share something of mine, they'll never see it. I'm doing them a favor. Just block them. I don't. When I see a negative comment or somebody get mad at me, I go, "That's unfortunate." I think to myself, "What have I done?" Can you be quiet? Be quiet. Hey, puppies, be quiet. Go somewhere else. No, really. We got two puppies in Allie, my German Shepherd, and anytime I start talking, they think I'm talking to them, and so they feel like they need to be involved. So that's what's going on. Especially if I raise my voice or get all excited, they really turn it up. So, but anyway, that's what I do is I block people. Think to myself, hey, if somebody says something negative, I take it constructively. It's like, okay, what are they saying? I get people. Somebody said that I reshare videos too much. So I'm trying to back off. It's like, am I sharing the same videos over too much? I apologize, but I think I get videos that have hardly any views, and so I just share them with people because I think they're great. Because I think what I do is amazing. I think I think I'm putting some good stuff out there. Sometimes the videos don't get attention like I think they deserve, and so I'll reshare them. Some people apparently don't like that. I'm sorry if I'm bringing you down for resharing my stuff. But I'm trying to do new stuff all the time. I'm trying to, without repeating myself, I'm trying to find new stuff and new characters and just have a little more fun. So anyway, what was I saying? All right, thank you, Brooke. Yeah, look. If you're offended or upset by anything I do, that's your problem. That's your problem. Hey, Christine. This is my sister, everybody. Christine Bigley. She lives in Missouri. Love her dearly. If you want to follow her, befriend her. She likes people. She's good people. But this is my sister. This is who that is right there. Christine Bigley. That's my sister. She's my oldest sister. So what are we talking? Nope, there's the dogs again. But anyway, so that's what's going on with there. Let's see, we got other things. So we got shows coming up. Oh, the weekend after this next week, just so you know, we're going to Idaho. We're going to be at the Downtown Event Center in Idaho Falls on a Thursday night, September 21st. September 21st, we will be Downtown Event Center. The following week, or following night, will be in Ogden. The 22nd, 23rd will be in Ogden, Utah at Wise Guys. So that's coming up in a few weeks. The weekend before that, okay, so we've got Indiana and Michigan this weekend. And then the next week, I'm going to be in Maine at Smitty's in, oh, I just saw this. But anyway, it's at a Smitty's Theater in Maine. I'll get the exact, I'll be posting that. But sir, if you're in Maine, come on out and see the show. So, well, thank you. What's the fluff? I see you live. Put a note in the description. The comedy is based on a character. Well, I kind of want people to figure it out. I mean, I'm going to do other characters and be doing other stuff. So, you know. What's this? Okay, how did you get the shot of yourself going down the storm drain? That's a great question. Okay, if you haven't seen it, I was in a PSA for the Salt Lake County Storm Drain Commission. It's a real thing in Salt Lake City, Utah. The company that was tasked to make the commercial specifically reached out to me. There was no audition. They knew specifically they wanted me to do this thing. So they reached out to my agent, my acting agent in Utah. Said, we want him. So we flew out there and we filmed it all in one day. And the part, now I'll tell you, the scream in that is me. That is me screaming. That is my voice. They were going to use somebody else's scream. But when I pulled that off in going down the dome, they were like, oh, that's better than anything we could find. So that's me screaming. That's my vocal range, people. But what it is it's a culvert that goes underneath a road in Salt Lake. It's a creek that feeds this thing, comes by a library in up around 1300 South, I think it is. Anyway, there's a library. Creek runs behind the library, comes around and goes into a culvert underneath the road and then shoots back out on the other side of the road into a creek. And there's a big deep area. And anyway, back in the 70s and 80s, the kids in the neighborhood would go down this, get her inner tube, and they would put a plywood in front of the opening and they would hold there and let the water build up. And then once it got built up, they would pull the board up, and then you would rush down through the culvert to the other side. Well, it's been shut off for many years. The county closed it off so you could do it. But they got special permission for us to go and do this, and so we filmed it. It's actually, we go underneath the road, and we did it about. I think we filmed it. It was 4 or 5 times, but I was on an inner tube. They had a guy on an inner tube in front of me filming. So he was going backwards and he's showing me going down the thing. And we had to do it Like I was like on a small thing, so it looked like I was just that I wasn't on anything. So I was like on a real small thing. He was on a real big inner tube, and I was on this small thing, so you couldn't really see it. And I'm going down. I'm trying to spread out and just screaming. There were cobwebs, there were spiders, and this. I mean, it was pretty crazy, but it was a lot of fun. But no, that's what it was. It wasn't a. It was not a water park at all. And then the at the end of the thing, I'm at this pond. It's Sugar House Park, if you're familiar with Utah, and there's all these ducks and stuff in there. It was dirty water. It was. I was. Let's just say I earned my pay on that day. I do all my own stunts. It was fun though, but it was only supposed to play for like 2 or 3 years, and it's going on over. It's over 12 years now. That I think it was 2010 was when we filmed it, and they're still showing it in Utah. So it was fun. It was a fun thing to do. I love filming stuff. I love doing my own stunts. It was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, like I said, it ran for about 10 years. I think they just barely they've done some new ones, but it still gets played every once in a while. It still pops back up occasionally. Yeah, I really went down a storm drain. It was a creek, but um, and because it was a PSA, I only got paid for the one day. It'd be nice if I could get some royalties off that, but you don't get royalties off PSAs. Um, that's the other business. Oh, that reminds me, Puya. Do you guys remember the whole deal with Puya? Used my video in his music. Well, they had contacted me. We started negotiating, and now they ghosted me. They're not talking to me anymore. So we've not gotten any agreement to anything. They're still using the video, using my video in the song, and I've received nothing for it. So that's what's going on with that deal. Um, look him up. Pouya. Pouya. He's a white rapper. He sells out concerts all over the place. He's big on hip hop, rap, but he sampled one of my videos. I believe the video is called "Dying Must Be Easy because Living is Hard." But he's used it. It's got radio play. I've had people have heard of it. Yeah, Pouya is a person. They said they were going to compensate me and that we were going to have an agreement. I just gave them my demand, what I wanted. They countered with what they could do and what they wanted, and we worked out a deal. Said, okay, let's do this, and now they just stopped talking to me. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that deal. And he used the song. He didn't. It wasn't like he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want to use your video audio for my song." And he just released it. He just put it on his album and released it. He never said anything to me. Never reached out to me. I didn't know anything about it until his. Basically, people who are fans of mine and fans of his saw it, heard it, and then contacted me and said, "Hey, this is pretty cool." And it is cool. I'm honored. I mean, I'm not mad. But just throw me a little something, something. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Like I said, don't at this dude. Don't go after him. But that's what's happened. They've just I don't know what's going on, and that's the deal. Let's see what else. Oh, I was involved with some really cool things. I was at the Hoxeyville Music Festival a few weeks ago. Big Deal up in Hoxseyville, Michigan. Had a great time. It was an amazing weekend. If you've, it was a bluegrass music festival, and I just had a great time. Everybody I met was just amazing. The bands that I got to work with were amazing. Everybody I met there was just fun. It was just a great weekend. If you have a chance to go to the Hoxseyville Music Festival next year, I highly recommend it. It's one of the most relaxed and easygoing and enjoyable music festivals I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of I've been going to a lot lately. I've enjoyed all of them, but this one was just really well run, very professional. Had a great time. Let's see. Um, oh, this is funny. This is fun. I'm starting to get contacted about doing um, keynote speeches. So not just stand up, but people are inviting me to come and do some little public speaking. Um, it's going to be fun. I've got a speech about how to be happy when everything is horrible. Just talk about how to use humor in your daily life, how to laugh at terrible things, how to make jokes out of tragedy, um, to heal and to move on. And it's a great message, and it's going to be fun. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, like I said, don't. He's. I've been talking to, and they're busy. I'm small potatoes. I'm not important enough for them to be concerned. I'm a small creator still. I don't have a lot of pull uh, pretty much anywhere. You would think I would, but I don't. I don't. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not raking it in, shall we say? I'm doing all right. You guys have been fantastic. People who go to my website buying stuff, thank you. Thank you. If you really want to know how you can help me doing what I'm trying to do, um, that's what you do. Go to the website, buy some stuff. You can make donations if you want to. I'm not proud. I don't care. Um, but that's what's going on. Um, I was invited to Burning Man. I had people wanting me to go, and I'm like, look, I don't have money to go to Burning Man. I don't have time to go to Burning Man. And but I did have people who were trying to get me to go to Burning Man, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I did not go. It's a disaster. Katie May Tucker, when's the 2024 calendar? Thank you for asking. We've had some issues with the photography, um, but we're working on it, and we're hoping to get everything squared away here very soon. We'll be taking some. We have to retake a few pictures, um, but we're going to be. The 2024 calendar is going to be available. Hopefully by the end of the month. That's the plan. We wanted it to have it out earlier, but right now it's the end of the month. Um, most of it's done. Like I said, we just got to get some new photos in place because some of them that we had taken didn't turn out the way we need them to turn out to for the calendar. So we've got to do some stuff. But the calendar's coming. The new calendar going to be available soon. So thank you so much for asking. Julie, something for 100 years. Won't you brag that your property on Hawaii? Yes. Um, yeah, the whole Hawaii situation. I don't know if you've ever. I read this book about how Hawaii became a state, and it's not really technically a state. I don't know if you know this. It's mostly just sort of an acquired territory. I don't know if you knew that or not. It's just sort of a, hey, we're just going to pretend you're part of us. If you ever get a chance, read the story about how Hawaii was basically just sort of co-opted. Um, it's pretty disturbing, to be honest with you. It's really disturbing. So, um, and like I'm open. The reason I would go, somebody's saying I wouldn't go for hedonistic freaks anyway. I agree. I I was invited, and I'm like, I don't really want to go. I don't. I don't have the money to go. I don't really have the time to go hang out. Like, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like, yes, very much like Guam, but at least I think, well, I won't say what I was going to say. Yes, I love my country, but there's been a lot of people in power in this country who've done a lot of horrible things. And um, I would, I would sincerely enjoy running for president, and I know people have asked me to do it, and I'm seriously considering going ahead and filing and making it official. Um, if nothing else, to just give myself an opportunity to tell people there's a better way to do stuff than what we're doing. Because most of what's going on with with things, why things don't ever get done, is because the government doesn't want to give up problems to solve, because they don't really ever solve anything. But if they fixed everything and everything's great, then nobody, it's hard to get them to donate money. You got to have problems for people to donate money to the politicians. They have to have a crisis. So they have to have problems. So what you have is a government, both sides, who are in cahoots together to create problems to get people to donate to both parties. It's a horrible system. How do you beat that system? I don't know. I have no idea how to fight that system, because once you start fighting that system, they start destroying you. And so the trick is, how can I get out there and have a word, have a platform to expand and explain that there's a better way to do things than what we're doing. There's a way to solve these problems. There's a way to not spend all this money, all this welfare to rich people. Because trust me, the rich people who don't need the money get more money out of the government than anybody else. And it's disturbing, because there's a lot of great people who could really use some help, especially right now. I mean, think about Maui. They're saying, we're going to send you $700. Are you freaking kidding me? Have you ever have you ever bought anything in Hawaii? $700. That's a tank of gas and some groceries. That's what that is. That's it. That's it. You're not paying anything with $700 in Hawaii. That's insane. That's a trip to Costco. That's it. It's going to groceries for a couple weeks. That's how you fit. That's your solution. I mean, it's insane what's going on in Maui right now. So the trick would be, how can I run knowing I would never win? Because I don't want to win. Because if I did win, they'd probably kill me. They would find a way to take me out. Because they're not going to let somebody outside the system take over the system. I mean, you look at anybody who's tried. Look, I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Well, like Bernie Sanders. That's what he wanted to do, and he was getting a lot of success. He had a lot of support. So they cheated him out of the election twice. They didn't let him get through the Democratic primary, even though he was ahead in everything, all the polls. He was killing it, but they took him right out. They put an end to that. Made him, kiss the ring, and boy, it's disturbing. And this goes on both sides. JFK, exactly. You saw what happened to JFK? You know why? because he was exposing the system. If JFK had not been taken out, we would have never gone to Vietnam. He saw what was happening. Bernie fell right in line. So, and yeah, I don't want to get into politics because everybody starts. And here's the disturbing thing, all of you out there. And now people are like trying to figure out where I stand politically. I hate them both. And it's disturbing to me that people will stop following me if they think I'm not on their side for everything. If you're that ingrained in politics that you're not sure if you should support somebody if they're not 100% on your side, you got a problem. You got a problem. All right, I gotta plug in my computer. Apparently my computer wasn't plugged in all the way. It was about to turn off. I'm on my laptop, by the way, just in case you're curious. But it would be nice to find a third party. That's what we really need, is a strong third party. I was libertarian, and I still consider myself very much libertarian. The problem with a third party, especially the libertarians, is all the libertarians try to out-libertarian each other. And so what ends up happening, instead of creating a party that could actually make some changes and do something, we destroy each other trying to out-libertarian each other. And so there's that. And then, of course, the two powers that be, they run the table. So they're never going to allow a third party group. I mean, it would take a seriously strong candidate in a big movement to really make any real change. I mean, it would have to be absolutely overwhelming for any changes to make. And I don't know, it would be fun to do it. So anyway, yes, I do have. Okay, here's what's going on with me right now. Okay, I do have a guitar. I have practiced 2 chords. I can't remember what they are. A and C, I think it is. I've practiced 2 chords on this guitar, and that's it. But I'm trying. I want to play guitar and sing. I've been working on singing. That let's just say I'm a better guitar player than I am a singer, and I can't play at all, except for 2 chords that I keep forgetting the stringing to. So that's it. Then over here is you see a blank canvas. One of the pictures that we're doing for our the calendar this year, the theme is open your mind and push play. Open your mind and push play. And so everything is around the theme of playing and just enjoying yourself. And so one of the things I'm going to do is paint. And I'm going to do a video in character painting like Bob Ross. And so I have a canvas, and at some point in time, I'm actually going to do a painting. So that's what's going on. What's the saying? Yeah, exactly right. 15 minutes. That's what I do. I try to practice the guitar 15 minutes a day. But I started last week, and then I flew to Vegas, and I didn't want to take the guitar with me on the plane because they destroy your guitar. I don't have a very strong case. I need a really hard case. So I got a soft case, and I didn't want to take it on the plane. So you're St. George. Thank you for seeing me in St. George. I'm coming back. I'm going to be there November what is it, November 3rd or 4th. I'm going to be up near there. It's not in St. George, but it's up by Zions Park. Bumbleberry Theater. So that'd be fun. Oh, this is cool. Hi, we just got married on the 2nd, and we were going to see your show on our honeymoon in Idaho Falls. Well, fantastic. Thank you, Kimber. Well, be sure to come by and say hello. Be sure to say hello. Let's get a picture. Thank you, Kimber. Congratulations on your nuptials. I'm going to be performing another wedding here pretty soon. Friends of some friends of the comedy. In fact, their son, they have a son together who was born on June 3rd, which is my birthday. I don't like to mention this. So if you're listening, congratulations. You're one of the few that gets to know. The only people I tell my birthday to are if you buy the calendar, and if you're watching this live right now, my birthday is on June 3rd. They have a son who was born on my birthday. It was really awesome, but they're going to get married and asked me to perform the wedding. So we're going to get that coordinated. I do perform weddings. I am ordained by the Church of the Latter-day Dude. And that's what but I'm also my church has a priesthood, and in order to marry through them, it's a very involved process. And so I just got Church of the Latter-day Dude because they're not really a religious organization so much as they're just a philosophy, I guess you should say. Interesting question. How much LSD do you do when you were younger? 0. I have taken no drugs. I do not do drugs. I do a lot of heavy breathing. Yeah, I do breathing, meditation. I don't need drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't do the drugs. But thank you. Akron, Ohio. Yeah, eventually. I'm seeing you. Oh, this is cool. I've seen you in Ogden for the first time in a few weeks for my birthday party. Awesome. Thank you, Angela. Thank you. That's going to be fantastic. I love Ogden. Ogden Wise Guys is quite possibly one of the best comedy clubs in the entire country. It's small, only seats about 160 people, I think, maybe. And you're just real close. The energy in there is just is amazing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Happy birthday, Angela Miller. We'll see you there. Egg Spence, does that make me a Cancer? No, actually, I am a Gemini. A Gemini. Time converging, Latter-day depend. Yep. Justin, well, I want to do more cartoons with you. Well, I hope that your career is picking up, Justin. This is Justin, who made some cartoons of some of my videos that you might have seen. He was in between. He was unemployed, but he was an artist, cartoonist. So we created some cartoons of my work, of my videos. I think there was 3 or 4 of them that he did. A lot of fun, and yeah, I hope you do more too. That'd be awesome. Said you are welcome to do whatever you want, but I had people that saw those videos that I believe contacted Justin and commissioned him to do stuff for them. So that was cool. Here's my friend James Walker, my good friend, wonderful gentleman who is also done a lot of artwork of me doing cartoons. and he's a lot of fun. So if you don't, if you want looking for somebody else to follow James Walker and his artwork, these cartoons, and it's not just me. He's got others too, so that he does. He's done a lot of cartoon work for other comics that he's gotten to know. He's got James is just a wonderful man. Him and his son, who's been going through some cancer issues. His wife is amazing and wonderful. These are great people. I love them dearly. So if you get a chance to follow my friend James here as well. What's this? Neither of you will be disappointed. His live show is hilarious and is different each time. Yes, I try to throw a little new stuff all the time. I'm evolving. I'm mixing it up. I have some. Even if I'm doing a joke you've seen before, there's more to it than it was before. I'm constantly the show is constantly evolving. Had some a lot of new stuff that I'm working on. So if you've seen before, still come on out. It's new. We got new stuff happening all the time, and I'm having more fun. It's really enjoyable. So yeah. Where in Ogden? Somebody asked. Wise Guys in Ogden. A lot of fun. You know what? I'll be posting. I'll post the videos that Justin's done. I'll post some more artwork by James. James has done so many. James was one of the first real big fans that I had early on when I started kind of going a little bit viral. James just jumped on the bandwagon and has been a great friend from the beginning. And it's just been awesome. In fact, my first year, the first calendar that we did featured a lot of the artwork from James. So we were just grateful that he was a part of that. So working on it. I be honest with you. I've got 4 gigs technically that haven't paid me yet. So I'm kind of sitting waiting for money to show up. I don't know if we're kind of we probably have to borrow some money from my son just to get to my gigs this weekend. Be honest with you, money's a little tight, but I got to get my passport. I don't have a passport, and I need to get my passport so we can go to Canada. As soon as I have my passport, then we'll start setting stuff up and go to Canada. Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you, Brian. Thank you. Yes, I'm doing a show in Vermont. Yes. I'm at the Woolen. Oh, what is it? Woolen Mill Comedy Club, middle of October. So yes, I'm coming to Vermont. Yes. So check out my website and watch my Facebook. I'll be making more announcements as we get closer. But yes, I'm coming to Vermont. Absolutely. Yes, I do. In fact, we'll have a lot of merch at that club in Ogden. Yes, I have merch. So yes. How about San Diego? I was booked to do a show in San Diego there for a while, and then all of a sudden they had to change it, and they never got back to me. So, eventually I'll be back. I said I had something planned, and then it fell apart. So, and here's Tressa. She's in the other room right now, but here's her suggestions. A lot of the clubs that are contacting me now are places that either do comedy occasionally or have never done comedy before, and they're bringing me in to kind of open it up. I've done a lot of those. I really am just grateful to all of you guys contacting the clubs and letting them know that you want to see me. And clubs have been reaching out to me and booking me. So it's been awesome. Missing checks. Yeah, Bibly. Everybody, it's kind of a weird thing because most everybody's Venmoed me or PayPal'd recently, and now all of a sudden I've got my last 3 gigs. All were sending me checks, and none of them have sent anything yet. So I got money out there; it's floating around, but they don't want to send it to me. I don't know. They're waiting for the world to fall apart. I guess. What is my favorite cause? I love one that I've done a lot of work for is Save 22 veterans. I'm a veteran myself. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and so veterans have a soft place in my heart. So Save 22 is about helping people who are going through PTSD, who've come back and they're having some issues getting back to life. And hopefully we can keep them from taking themselves out. So um, those autism, for autism research, several different organizations that I appreciate. There's a lot of them. Homeless. If you really want to donate money in my behalf, if you care to, if that's what you're suggesting, homeless organizations probably the best. I do this thing where I carry candy bars and soda in my car to give to homeless people. I'll give them water bottles as well, but I figure a lot of people give them water and give them cash, which is cool. But I figure they probably don't get a lot of people giving them candy bars and candy. So I did have a lady one time. I offered her a candy bar and a Coke, and she was diabetic, and I appreciated that. So I gave her a Diet Coke, and I had some sugar-free candy that was diabetic because I'm a diabetic. So I was like, "Cool." And she was kind of blown away that I had it, and that's what I gave her. That's just a little thing that I do. I saw there's this guy by a follower, and I'm not a big fan of the people that are aggrandizing themselves by giving stuff to homeless people and kind of, especially the ones that kind of make it really kind of ridiculous. But there's this guy named Nate. Just Nate is what he goes by, and I believe he's in the Carson City, Nevada, Reno area. And this dude is doing some great things. People donate to him, and he carries these backpacks and he fills them full of things that the homeless people would need: clean underwear, um, tarps. He gives sleeping bags, tents, but he'll go find people and he gives them things, and then we'll go and buy them things that would actually help them. He's helped people get. He helped a couple that had the lady was pregnant. He got them into a hotel through donations. He does this all. People just donate to him, and he uses everything that people donate to him. He uses it to go and help homeless people directly. I mean, it's not just. I mean, he goes and says, "What do you need?" He takes them to a store. He buys them shoes and clothes and whatever. He gets phones for them. He's helped a lot of homeless people get jobs. He's helped them get on their feet. I mean, it's a hand up. It's like, what do you need to get where you need? What do you need? Because a lot of them are just, they just need a little help. They just need a little help. And a lot of these organizations just won't give them enough to get them where they need to be. They give them socks, and they give them water. They'll give them a place to sleep for a few nights. I mean, they do something for them, but they don't give them enough to really get them over the hump that they need to get over. They need to get to where they have a house. They need where they can have um, an address and a phone, so they can get a job. Um, and a lot of the support that they can get, they can't get because they don't have an address. They don't have an ID. He helps people get IDs. He'll use his address to help them get their ID so that they can get a job, so they can get their Social Security and whatever cleared up. But he helps these people in a real way, and I love what he does. So if you can find him, his name's Just Nate. He's on TikTok. He's on Instagram. I think he's on Facebook. But it's a really cool thing. And whatever you send him, he uses it to go help somebody. Like that day, he has people that he'll help, and then people they feel a connection to that person that he's helping, and so they'll send him more money and help them. And that's, I believe, how he helped the one couple. She was pregnant, and he wanted to work, but he's had no phone, he had no address, had no way to get to work, and then through donations from people, they were able to get them a place to live. They were able to get him a car. He was able to get a job, and within just a few weeks, they really pulled themselves out. She was able to have the baby healthy, and yeah. But yeah, that probably one of the biggest challenges to a lot of these homeless people is they lose everything. They get everything stolen from them, and then they can't. A lot of them, they don't have their ID, or they have different issues. They have substance issues, and he looks for the ones who are really ready to make a change in their lives, because there's some of them that are just happy to be homeless. I mean, that's true. That might seem weird to you, but there are people who just love that lifestyle and they want to be homeless. But he looks for the people who are really needing help. So so that's the kind of things I like to look for. Things where you can make a direct impact. Oh, this is interesting. Savannah, she's got an interesting perspective. I grew up homeless child because my mother had serious mental health and drug issues. Yeah, see, there's lots of people out there who are in need of help, who aren't, they're not. I said a lot of people are just, you don't have to go and change the world. And this is one of my, there's my thing is that, and I think a lot of people are the same way. They feel like, I want to become extremely wealthy and then I'll go help. It's like we wait till, well, once I become really rich, then I can really make a change. Well, no, you can make a difference right now. You may not be able to change millions of people's lives, maybe thousands, but you can change one person's life. Just give up 1 meal a day. How much do you spend on three meals a day? Pick one of the meals, skip that meal, take the money you would spend, and help somebody else. Just instead of your next lunch break today, I'm going to skip lunch today, and just go buy lunch for a homeless person. Could you just, or somebody who's in need? Um, uh, you might know people in your life who you don't know that they need help. Reach out to people. I'm not sure if you read my question, because I wouldn't charge them, so I'm going to ask you, would you fund fighter jets if you were a president? I have serious misgivings of the way what's going on right now. I think that we've gotten into a lot of wars just because of the industrial military complex. I think that's part of what's going on, what's driving what's going on in Ukraine. Why are we sending billions and billions and billions of dollars? I mean, look, $40 billion, you could solve the homeless problem in the United States with $40 billion. I mean, you could. You could eradicate homelessness in the United States with $40 billion. And what are we doing with it? We're sending it to Ukraine to buy bombs. Yeah. No, I would seriously make a lot of changes. I wouldn't go out and say exactly, because I think when you start saying exactly what you're going to do with the military, you're look, I'm acting like I'd be president. Um, no, if I was president, I would seriously reduce our involvement in foreign wars. Let me just say that. Yeah, because having been there, having been in the military and see how it operates, it's a scam. They're necessary, um, and this isn't against anybody in the military. Please understand, it's about the leadership. It's about the political. Um, the reason that every war that we've been involved with was a disaster and had so many problems, particularly Vietnam, was because of politics. Look at Afghanistan. That was a failed operation. It was going great, and then all of a sudden we just bailed on them. We left a lot of good people high and dry because they wanted to. You sit there and go, why would he leave all that equipment in the middle of nowhere? Well, because you have to replace it. How do you replace it? Well, you have to use more money to replace all the equipment you lost. So that's what happened there, in case you're wondering. It's all about money. In fact, every issue that we have in the United States, always ask yourself, why is this an issue? Why is it not getting resolved? Who's profiting from it to continue to be what it is? Because somebody's always profiting from a problem. That's why they don't want to solve the problems. They don't want to cure your illness. They want to keep you sick because there's more money in the treatment than there is the cure, and that goes across the board, not just in medication. That's everything, especially the government. The government is in the business of managing problems. So the more problems they have, the more money they get because they get to have more problems, and that's the issue. Where's the money? Who's making profit off this? And that's where your problem is. That's why we have an opioid issue in the United States. That's why we have crime in certain areas more than other places, because somebody's making money off of it. So you start telling people this, you start getting some notoriety, you start running for president, you start talking about this kind of stuff, they will shut you up. They will knock you down. They will take you out. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I think this is a good point. Both sides, the Republicans and Democrats, are in on they're together. If you haven't figured this out yet, they're working together. They're making money off all these problems. They don't solve things, because if they came out and solved things, guess what happens? Their donation money and their all the people, the lobbyists and stuff, if they have no problems that they can make money off of, the money goes away. They're doing what they're doing, and you might sit there and go, how can they be this stupid? They're not stupid. They're greedy. The government is not stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly how to fix this, and they know they don't want to. They don't want these hot button issues to go away. They don't want to solve these problems. They're making money off of it. They're making lots and lots and lots of freaking money off of all of this. And that's why nothing gets done. That's why you might sit there and go, I'm on this side or that side. You're falling for the game. When you finally just realize it's a game and you're being played, you start to see it for what it really is. So if you're one of these, those people are stupid and idiots. No, that's stupid and idiots. You're the one who's an idiot. And until more people wake up and realize that. That's why I love Oliver Anthony. I loved his comment. People are like trying to pull him one way or the other because of his music, and he just came out cold like it is and said, "I hate both of you." No, but neither of these parties has any concern or care for your average American. They don't. They don't care. We're the unwashed heathen idiots. That's who we are to them. The only people that matter to them are the one percenters. It's the ones with the money. We don't have enough money to persuade them, and that's what's going on. So if you're left or right, I'm just telling you, you're being played. They're never going to, whatever it is that your cause is that you think is going to get fixed in the next election, it ain't going to happen. Whatever it is that you think is going to change because your guy or your gal or whoever got voted in, not a damn thing's going to change. They'll pretend that it does. They always go back and forth and give a here, a little, give a little, make you feel like your side's kind of winning, and then all of a sudden the other side winning, so you get mad, get frustrated, and donate more money because we're so close, we're about to win. Oh, and then and it just goes on, and nothing changes. They don't want it to change. They want you fighting with each other. That way, you're not seeing who the real enemy is, which is them, which is the political system. And until you see what's going on and open your eyes to it, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck full of hatred for people who have nothing to do with your life. And it's sad. It's sad. But think about it, $40 million. You could solve all the problems with Maui. You could solve homelessness. And we just keep churning it out. And where do you think that money's coming from? You, your future, your children's future, your grandchildren's, your great-great-grandchildren. They're the ones who are paying for this. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But until the average American realizes that it's a system that's rigged against them, nothing's ever going to change. Because as long as they got you fighting back and forth, and falling into this left, right, blue, red nonsense, you're never going to see what it really is. The guy on the other side, it's not your enemy. Do you think either party really cares if you have a gun or not? They don't care. They could care less. What they care about is your money fighting the other side. That's what they care about. That's all they care about. They're never going to make any changes one way or another. It's always going to be this weird give and take, but nothing ever gets changed one side or the other because they make money off of you. And when you see that, then you'll open your eyes. Then when you see it for what it is, you'll open up. Yeah. So please take and this is, I tell people, take your politics somewhere else. I don't want to hear it. Trump this, Biden this. I don't want to hear it. It's all nonsense. It's all theater. You think they're going to really tell you what's really going on? Seriously? They own all the media. They own all of it. The social media, everything. They control and manipulate all of it. And when somebody starts getting too far out of the way, it gets too close to the truth, they take them out. One way or another. So that's what it is. That's what it is. It's sad. I love this country. I love what this country should be. But it's hard to watch what's going on, and it's sad. It's really sad. And it would be nice to just see people wake up and realize, hey, I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. It's all propaganda. I don't watch the news for to get the news. I watch the news to find out what they want me to think, and then realize that it's whatever's opposite of that's probably the truth. They'll give you just a little bit to keep you, a little bit, keep you feel like you're a part of it. You feel like you're informed, but they're lying to you about everything. Everything. If you knew how much you were being lied to, you'd be pissed. And I know how much I've been lied to. I know how much they're lying because I've been in positions throughout my life to see it, to know it. And I wanted to get into politics when I was a younger man. I did debate in high school and college. And I used to, like I said, I used to read U.S. News and World Report and Time Magazine. I was into all of it. I loved talking about it. I just loved it. Wanted to get into politics. And then I was in the Marine Corps. And I saw a lot of things for how things really operate. And I realized I didn't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of the machine. I didn't want to become what I would have to become to be successful in politics. I didn't want to become that person because I knew what it would require. And I didn't want to make that. And so I just abandoned it. I still follow politics. I'm still very much involved, but I realized that being a part of that back and forth angry system, I still think it serves a purpose. I still there's still people out there who are speaking what they think is what they believe in, and I love and support them for doing it. I'm not saying don't be involved. What I'm saying is be involved, informed, be informed and involved. See what you can really do to make changes. I would love to make changes. I would love to just get out there and lay it out and call these people out for what they are. But as soon as I would do it, I would be silenced. I would be thrown out, be, a kook. And I think that's part of what I'm doing by being a kooky, weird dude. They don't pay attention to me. So I can subvert the whole thing. I can tell people and show people the truth. I can show people how to live your life, how not to buy into the fear, how not to buy into the anxiety that they're creating, how not to destroy your life trying to appease people who don't care about you. That's my message. That's what I'm trying to help people do. And by being a fool, by being an idiot, standing out in the middle of the woods, jabbering on, man, used to be that the jester in the king's court was the only person who was allowed to speak the truth, because he could do it. He could speak the truth and not lose his head, because he was a goofball. And that's what I see. I'm just trying to get people to just open up and see this world for what it really is. It really is a gift. I mean, it really is a gift. This thing is beautiful. Life is an amazing, beautiful thing. And you shouldn't be full of anger, hate, rage, and hostility at anybody. I mean, there are some horrible things going on, but if we all start taking care of ourselves and being good people and start helping each other, we can solve these problems together. We can solve homeless. We can solve abuse. We can solve opioid issues. We can solve so many problems when you stop leaving the politicians to take care of it, because the politicians aren't going to take care of it, but they want you to think they're taking care of it. And they want you to give them power over you in your life. And they want you to give them your money and do nothing. And they don't want you to solve anything because they want the problems. Why? Because they make money off of it. So, yes, happy is harder to control. Happy. And that's why I know that I see it. My videos will do really, really well for a while. And then all of a sudden they just shut off. They just get cut off. I keep getting, I wouldn't say they don't officially demonetize me, but they just find ways to not let my videos grow enough. Because once I start getting some popularity and once I start getting some notoriety, all of a sudden everything just shuts down. But instead of complaining, I just keep going. I just keep going. I'm just going to keep doing what I do. Start sharing love, peace, joy, and happiness with as many people as I can. Trying to get people to just realize you don't have to be a part of the matrix. You can step out. You can let all that fear and anger and rage and hostility, you can let all that go. You can find peace and joy in this life, and you can find happiness, and you can find people that care about you, and you can find people that you can care about. And when you just let all of that go, man, your life will be better. Yeah, I crossed every platform. My video views are just. And you look at the amount of followers I have, and my videos will get only a couple hundred views, maybe a couple thousand views. Other people who have hardly any followers at all have massive views. Why? Because I don't know. Oh, maybe they're on to me. I don't know. I'm not on Rumble. I've thought about doing Rumble, but no. I'm on Clapper, but that one never really took off. Um, I haven't done much with Rumble. So, yes, I love this. I love this quote. I love Tolstoy. Add your light to a sum of light. Yeah, we can't individually solve all the problems, but together we can. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Thomas. You're showing you care about people you don't profit from. I know, it's terrible. This is my biggest challenge, because I want to be able to do this more. I want to do more shows. I want to get the word out to more people. Um, and but I don't want to be constantly selling things. I mean, look, I need the support. I need the money. Don't get me wrong. I could use it, but I don't want that to be about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So it's a weird balance that I'm trying to find. Because like as soon as I post that I have a T-shirt, I start getting people that hating me for selling out. It's like, look, off a T-shirt, I'm making $4. Calm down. I'm not getting rich off T-shirt sales. Other people are, but not me. So, um, but anyway, I am getting out there. I'm getting more shows. I'm getting more opportunities. Like I said, I'm getting into public speaking. I'm getting into um, um, a lot of stuff. I'm gonna learn guitar. I'm gonna start making some music, man. I want to start singing some songs. Thank you. Thank you, Facebook user. Nothing wrong about selling. Everyone else is doing worse. Yeah. But again, I just don't want, like, when you come and watch my stuff, that you're constantly barrage. Hey, buy this, buy that. Just if you want to support me, go to my site. I've got stuff. I got calendars. I got T-shirts. We're coming up with new shirts as often as we can. So if you want, you can look. People on YouTube are giving me donations, and I love you all and appreciate you to no end. You have no idea how grateful I am to all of you. And just people see me in public, you come up, you're so kind, talk to me and say hi and get pictures. That is awesome. I love it. I love talking to people. I love meeting people. I love hearing your stories. I love just chatting with you. I love it. It's just awesome. You tell us. Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Where's it at? There we go. Right there. That's it. RodneyNorman.com. That's where I have stuff. If you want to buy stuff, or if you would just want to give me, you could just give me cash. I don't care. I'm not proud. Said I need gas money to get to Indiana this week. Hoping my money comes through this week. That'd be nice. But we do have, if you go to the website, we have detailed listing of the shows. Now, if you're, I will say this, if you're looking at the website on your phone, when you get to the calendar, you got to turn your phone, like this. All right. You got to turn your phone like that to be able to see the whole calendar. Because, we need to improve the calendar. We need to improve the website. But like I said, we're not a highbrow organization here. It's me and Tressa. That's it. Our IT guy is my son Brighton. So, but anyway, so you gotta turn your phone this way to be able to read the whole calendar. But all the shows that we have currently booked are there, right there. So, show okay. Yeah, I think this is very true. Yeah, I do think this is very true. So I need to go through and probably clean out my bots again. Because yeah, I think they do kind of tank your numbers. They play a game to get you to pay money to promote things, and that's true. That's true. I am on X. I am on Twitter. I'm on X, and well, you have to pay. Here's the trick: you have to pay to get into the money. So you have to pay for a different thing, and I would do it, but I don't have the money because, like I said, I'm sitting here waiting for checks to show up. So, add a note on calendar page to rotate phone to view. It's not a bad idea. Thank you for joining me on the live stream. Yeah, I think there's a lot to this because I had a page called Dramatic Readings. I still have it. And several years ago, I was doing dramatic readings of Facebook posts and of all kinds of other things. And I was having a lot of fun, and the videos were getting great views. So they kept telling me to create a page. So I created this other page called Dramatic Readings. It's still on there. I still have it. I occasionally put stuff on there, but so on Facebook, Dramatic Readings by Rodney Norman. And it was doing really well. And then one day they say, hey, you could increase your viewership by just bumping it up. And I think it was like they gave me like a free, it's like for $20, you put in $20, we'll put in $20, we'll double it. So for $40, we'll promote this video. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll try it. I did it. It kind of helped. It got probably another extra 500 views over what it had been getting, which is okay. But then after that, my viewership went to absolutely nothing. And then they just kept telling me, hey, you should pay to promote this video. It basically killed the entire page. I mean, it's still now, no matter how many more viewers I got, it just would not be seen by anybody. Nobody was seeing these videos at all. I mean, they just went from getting thousands of views to getting 4. So yeah, it's a business scam. It's a business scam, but you know. Hey, Steve, good to see you. Yep. But I go through these cycles where my videos will just get huge views and they're doing really well, and then they start telling me I need to promote it, keep pushing me to promote it, keep pushing me to promote it, and then I never do, and then it just drops to nothing. Just my TikTok count is basically over, I think, because I can't get anything going on over there. It's pretty much dead. I think they're trying to evolve X to compete with YouTube. Yeah, I agree. I think so too. Um, Jeff Daniels, hey, how you doing? Got you a free of charge. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Um, Jeremiah Belknap, thank you for giving me hope. Oh, I'm happy to give you hope. Happy to help. Yeah, this life is a great thing, man. Let's all live it. You know, like I said, I don't want to sound like a sour puss for crying out loud. Um, just lamenting. I'm not complaining. I'm just lamenting a little bit. Just lamenting a little. That's all. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a lament. Okay, let me go. I gotta do something real quick. So they won't let me. This is weird. They won't let me connect my regular Rodney Norman page to StreamYard for some reason. So da. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna share this over to the other. This computer's just going so slow. But yeah, I'm really have had a lot of really cool things happening. So I want to tell you about more about them as they unfold. Um, I do have a lot of doppelgangers out there. I will full. I have not. I'm not sure where your other comment was. Oh, here's. Thank you, Jeff. This is very kind of you. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you, Jeff. I'll reach out to you. Thank you. Um, because yeah, I need to do something more. So, yeah, what YouTube does take money. So yeah, if you want, like I said, if you want to help me, just go to my site, and any support you want to provide for me, that would be awesome. Said right now, I'm just trying to get enough gas money to get to Indiana. Thank you, Jeff Daniels. I'll reach out to you. I'll reach out to you. But anyway, it's been going for a while. I'm almost 2 hours. This is the longest one I've done in a while. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for hanging out with me. I got cool things coming up. I said I'm going to be in Indiana this weekend. We're coming to Idaho. We're coming to Michigan. We're coming to Indiana. We're coming to Maine. Back to Utah. Thank everybody who came out and saw me in Las Vegas last weekend. It was just a great show. Had a great time. But we'll do this again. I'll go live again here probably later in the week. Chalk dress in and joining me so you can see my beautiful bride. So anyway, thank you all. Have a wonderful evening. Know that you're loved. I hope you're enjoying your life. Hope you're getting yourself out there and just living your best life, man. And if you can't find a purpose to your own life, help somebody else's. Go help somebody else with their dream. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, love you all. Have a super freaking awesome rest of an evening, and we'll see you another time. Okay. Okay, bye.